Hi, dreamers. I get asked all the time, what are stocks that pay monthly dividends? So today I'll cover 10 of my favorites that do pay monthly and how I've built that up into a nice monthly income stream of over $2,000 a month. Let's check it out. So I've arranged my monthly payers here in this TD Ameritrade tool, which unfortunately they're going to get rid of once they switch everybody to Charles Schwab. So unfortunate. But in any case, you can see them here from top to bottom. I've got JEPQ, Realty Income, PTY, DIVO, BDJ, STAG, BST, Main, APLE, and APLY. You can see that all of these pay monthly, and you can see the total number of shares that I have in this box, with over 2,000 shares for JEPQ, over 1,200 for O, over 4,000 for PTY, and so at the top here you can see I'm generating with this over $25,000 a year with an average dividend yield of 7.64. And so the total value of this is $333,000, kicking off $25,453. So that gives you some kind of an idea of how much money it would take in order to generate $25,000 annually that would pay out just over $2,000 each month. So let's take a look at how these stack up in terms of performance. And here's where I would go to my Seeking Alpha charting tool and make sure that I select the metric to be total return. So now we've had a full year of JEPQ and we can actually see apples to apples how all of these stack up. And so if you look just at the last year, you can see that JEPQ had a total return of 7.15. Realty Income had a terrible year of negative 18%. As REITs have been beaten up pretty badly lately. Now, many of you might be surprised to see this PTY number at almost 9% total return over the last year. And I kind of laugh as I continue to tweet out that I've been really adding to PTY over the last year, as I've predicted a rebound in the bond market. DIVO has had a return of 3%, BGJ is still down, STAG is an industrial REIT that's starting to rebound, and has had a pretty good return of 7.55. And then BST, which is more of a technology ETF, is also down over the last year. So if we go out to 3 years, we're going to have to get rid of JEPQ because as you can see, it has not been around that long. And now you can see a 9% return for O, a 17% return for PTY, an almost 37% return for DIVO, 39% for BDJ, 21% for STAG, but BST has really struggled given that it's mostly science and technology, which as we know, a lot of the growth stocks have been hit hard with inflation. Let's go out to 10 years. And now we're going to have to get rid of DIVO because DIVO, as you can see, hasn't been around as long as 10 years. So if we take away DIVO, but then we add back 2 of my other ones for comparison, we can put in Main and APLE. And now we've got a full look. So over the past 10 years, the total return for Realty Income was 126%, PTY even higher at almost 147%, BDJ at 135, STAG at 194, and now you see why I like BST with over 213%, and why I've been adding to it lately, because you can see it's been beaten down and will likely return to its heights over the next few years. And this is the reason why I've been adding Main lately, with a total return over the last 10 years of about 219%. Now, why did I establish a small position in APLE? Well, this is a hospitality REIT that completely got demolished during COVID, so it's more of a short-term play for me. And now with that context, you can see why I've got the new JEPQ based on the NASDAQ in the lead with about $100,000 invested, a steady long-term real estate play with O, with over 50 years of payouts. PTY, which is kind of a sleeper hit that nobody ever really talks about. And with the bond market beaten up, I think is going to be a great return. And here's my DIVO, which is kind of like an SCHD monthly equivalent in my mind. The BDJ ETF, STAG, the industrial REIT, the recent buildup of BST for me to take advantage of the rebound, a brand new position in Maine for me, which quite frankly I should have had for a long time. A short-term play with APLE to take advantage of the rebound there. And then here's one of my yield max funds, APLY, which is based on Apple. And you probably know these are so new, you can't even really chart them. So this is definitely more a speculative play. And if you're curious on how these work, I have an entire video that I've created about it. And so those are my favorite monthly payers. Do you have a favorite monthly payer that's not on this list? I want to know about it. Let me know in the comments. Well, that's it for today. If you want a richer real-time experience with me, you can always follow me on Instagram or Twitter. And if you're doing your own research using Seeking Alpha, feel free to find the link below to subscribe if you want. No pressure. And as always, I encourage you to do your own research, then implement and learn by putting it into practice. And as a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor, so keep in mind these videos are for entertainment and inspiration only. I'll see you on the flip side.